All right, all right, all right. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another live episode of Beyond the Mix. I am your host, Jazzy, and we are back. It's been a while. A lot has changed. Don't mind the hair. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Don't worry about that. But ladies and gentlemen, I am glad to be back. Glad to have a familiar face with me. Now, some of y'all might be like, hold on, I recognize this. I recognize this one. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, this young lady has been content creating for quite a while. She hails out of the boot. And if you don't know what the boot is, learn your geography. That is Louisiana. We're going to keep it correct with that. She hails from the boot. And for those of y'all who are really into the gaming sphere, uh, she just recently became an award-winning content creator. You can't knock the hustle. You can't knock the hustle. You can't knock the hustle. Ladies and gentlemen, I have Nola. Hold on, let me put in my best Louisiana accent. Nola Quinn Rail up in here. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's good to have you on the show. How you feeling? How you doing?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I can't complain. Recently had a little vacation, DreamCon, so I cannot
Okay.
complain.
Yes. So you were in Texas. So for
I
those
was
of
in
y'all who don't
Texas.
know, DreamCon moved from Austin to Houston this recent year. So they were hanging out at the George R. Brown Convention Center, making some noise there. And how was that experience for you?
Ooh, it was so much fun. First of all, like I got to link up with so many people, friends from the internet. Just get to hang out, got some good food, got to, see the area. I wanted to see more, but I was like constantly on the go. I was constantly on the go trying to get to those
Yes.
panels. But
Yes.
I definitely had a blast. But that I will say that convention center is way bigger than the one in Austin. It was huge. It was
So it
huge.
is. So yes, I will tell y'all. I am for those of y'all who are following and don't know, and I believe we talked about it a little bit. But I am located in North Texas, the DFW area. But I originally am from Austin. So when they were talking about moving to the convention center, I was like, okay, they're gonna be in my hometown for a little bit. I could rock with that. But I also warned people. I said, don't trip. It is bigger than where they were in Arlington, but it's not as big as a lot of other places. You know what I'm saying? It's not bigger than the Hutchinson Convention Center here in Dallas, and then it's not bigger than Brown Convention in Houston. Austin has it works for the its own thing. Thank you so much for the follow, Sir McDonald. Thank you for coming on in and becoming a family of the mix. I call my people mixers. So MYXERS. So you are officially a mixer. Welcome in, welcome in. So yeah. So you said, so how was that trip from Louisiana to Texas for you?
Oh, it wasn't bad at all. My flight was like 45 minutes to an hour. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a light travel. Going into the airport, I was running slightly late. So I was like, oh no. I was like, because I like to be on time. And I was like, oh no. But traffic was
Yes.
good. Traffic was
Uh-huh.
good. The airport was, when I tell you, there wasn't hardly anybody in the airport that day. It worked
Mm-hmm.
out perfectly. So yeah, like TSA got through there so smoothly because I was like, what if it's packed? It's gonna take
Yeah.
forever. I'm gonna miss my flight, but it worked
Ooh.
out. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
But see, that's good though. You want light travel. You really want to make sure that your travel is good, especially when you're going to an event like that, because you don't know
Yes,
who's flying in when, where they coming from. And
exactly.
yo, I was like, and then they did record. They said they recorded about 60,000 attendees
It was a
throughout the
lot.
whole weekend.
It was a lot.
So before we get into the Q&A, you got to give me a highlight of DreamCon weekend.
Okay, my highlight, I will say there's one called the Bay Brigade. It's by a content creator called Story Mode Bay. She does it
Mm-hmm.
every year.
Yeah.
That was definitely the highlight because it's basically like each team, there's two teams that they have. Each team gets to pick who picked the better songs based on the category. It
Mm-hmm.
was so fun. It was close. It was a close round. Khalil Thomas team won that one. They took that
Okay.
crown.
Okay.
But it was so fun. It was so lit, and I finally got to go to it because I missed it when I went to DreamCon last year. I missed that panel,
Mm.
so I was like, I finally get to experience. Everybody said how lit it was, so I was like, yes. And then of course, the biggest panel, Megan the Stallion.
Yes, 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 yes. I heard that was lit. I saw video footage,
Yes.
things like that. I do have some friends that are in partnership with DreamCon, so I got to see some snippets and things. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I see y'all.
It
I
was such a
see
good
it.
time. She like just like she's beautiful on the internet, she's just as beautiful in person.
Hmm.
She was a little shy starting off. I was like, you being shy. But then
Exact. Yes. So I tell people all the time, you gotta like look at celebrities. They're human. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
I'm not surprised she's shy at all. Like when you out kind of outside of your element and it's something new
Right.
for you,
Right.
definitely. All right. So we are going to go into this Q&A, and then I'm also going to open up some questions for anybody who is interested in asking you questions that's tuning in. I believe there are some things set up on my page where it's like not anybody could just come in and get to talking and saying some things. So if you're following, thank you so much again for following. And again, if you have any questions, anything like that, feel free to ask. So my first question for you was, all right, we got to know the history. What started NolaQueenRell on her journey to content creation?
Okay, so pretty much, so I've always wanted to do like things like vlogging. I always was like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be a YouTuber. This was like before I really was even on Twitch. I really like I had a Twitch account, but I really didn't get on Twitch until the pandemic, like I think a lot of people. And
Mm-hmm.
I just started to watch so many people being up all night, just watching streams, enjoying the good vibes, meeting a lot of good
Yeah.
people. And I was like, you know what? I've been gaming my whole life. I started as a little girl, like 3 years old. I started gaming. So I was like, why not just try it out? So I finally decided to try it out in 2021, and I did my first stream. It was a great experience. It was a little bit nerve-wracking because I was like, "Oh my god, I'm going live in front of all these people."
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, but initially, like, it was such a good time. I had fun. Everything went naturally, and it really was just to have fun. Like I was like, I like to game, so let's just have fun together, and connect with the community. But as I continued to do it and I got used to it, it grew
Mm-hmm.
into something more. I was like, I really enjoy doing this. It
Yeah.
was, like I said, it's good to connect with people. Sometimes you can be the highlight of people's day, just like a lot of creators were the highlight of my day,
Yeah.
especially, if I wasn't having the best day. So
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be that, and I want to continue to be that even now. Just to bring communities together,
Mm-hmm.
uplift people if I can, because we do a little bit of everything in my
Yeah.
streams. Like you might get a little bit of chaos, but you're definitely gonna get some good vibes. You're gonna get some laughs. Sometimes you might get a TED talk. We might get to just talking about things that is happening in the world or just real
Yeah.
life, and just really hanging out with people. Even though it's through stream, it's like I like to connect with my supporters and audience like we're family. That's
Yeah.
that's how I view everybody. Like we're just having a good time together. We're having a family reunion, and we're just
Hmm.
chilling, just enjoying ourselves.
That's what's up. So it sounds like it's a vibe when
It
people hop
is.
in to your channel. So what do you call your community? The people who join in and tune in, and what is the moniker, the name that you've given them?
So my community is known as the Royal Gang, kind of related to my name a little bit, the Queen in the name. So I call
Okay.
them Royal Gang or my royalties. Everything is themed around that. Just because I feel like everybody should be treated like royalty.
Mm.
A word.
Word. That is a whole word because you don't catch that a lot.
You
Like
don't.
you really don't. The uplifting part of it can get a little tough, if you will, but that's the beauty of building that community.
Hmm.
So then when you first decided to boot up, what was that first game? Like did you struggle with picking like what you were going to talk about, or Did you have an idea of what you wanted to do?
I want to say the first game was Fall Guys because I was playing at that time. I was playing Fall Guys a lot with people in the
Ooh,
community. So I was
okay.
like, you know what? Since I play this all the time, let's just do it. Let's just go
Yeah.
for it. And that was my first game. And then I started to do like a lot of GTA streams. Like that's some of the main streams that people know me from starting
Mm-hmm.
off. We just a bunch of chaos.
Mm. Out here, look now. See, look now. Hold on. This is reminiscent of somebody from the Noya. Chaos. We let's talk about it. Listen, depending on what ward you go to, you can either get quiet or you can get chaos.
Exactly. Exactly.
and
Exactly.
and I'm telling you, GTA is known for, of course, pushing those stereotypes, but it's also known for the role playing. So with you
Mhm.
playing GTA, were you doing most of the gaming, like most of the like storyline, the original gameplay, or were you doing like role playing like some of the other creators that have been doing out there?
So I was doing online, just strictly online GTA.
Hmm.
I did think about getting into role play. I still, think about it, but I know it's like I don't want to get out of character. We're like, wait a minute, let me get my get back because you have to
Mm.
play it all out in a story. Like it's not just like, oh, you got me and I just get you back. No, so you really gotta like be mindful with that. So I do think about it though. I think eventually I will get into it, especially once I upgrade my setup and everything. That's something, maybe to look out for in the future.
Okay, okay, okay. So she telling y'all now, keep an eye out because it's about to get juicy. It's
It's about
about
to
to
get
get real juicy.
juicy.
It's about to get real juicy. Okay, so we're gonna fast forward here a little bit. Your 2025. What has that looked like for you so far? Like, has that been? Have you accomplished anything? We're gonna mention the most recent accomplishment here in a moment, but from January 2025 up until now, since we're halfway through the year, how has streaming and content creating been for you?
I will say it has been good because, like, October of last year, I did take a pretty long break.
Yeah.
And I slowly came back like that December, but I really, really didn't get back until January, to be more consistent. So, I've definitely been, pushing more of my streams out. I've definitely been trying to build more connections, doing more collabs that
Mm-hmm.
I've had in the past, and definitely, meeting new people who really like know the ropes of this thing. I've been talking to some people behind the scenes who like they do this, like this is their area, and they
Yeah.
work, within the media aspect of things. So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely have a lot of things, like so many ideas. Hi, MC. I definitely do have a lot of ideas rolling out, like, because that's my mind is always going. Like, even when I was at DreamCon, I was like, this is supposed to be vacation, girl, have fun. But my mind was
Yeah.
just going, and that's just how it is. Coming up with ideas for streaming. I
Mm-hmm.
definitely, trying to get, some merch out there eventually, slowly
Yeah.
working on that, slowly working on designs for that because I don't want to just throw anything out there.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm really like thinking about all of those things. But
Mm-hmm.
there's so many people that I watch that probably don't even realize that they inspire me. But a lot
Mm.
of y'all, I see y'all, like, even if I don't always get to say, hey, I be lurking in streams, but it's so many
Mm-hmm.
creators out there, so many great people that I can't wait to see them at their fullest because there's so many people I feel like should be bigger than what they are. But at the same time, everybody's journey is their journey. You're gonna get there. So,
Mm-hmm.
we can't always rush the process, even though we know what we bring to the table. We
Right.
know how valuable we are.
Right.
Sometimes it's at a little standstill for a reason, and once you blow up, you're gonna blow up.
That
So,
part.
yeah. So I'm just enjoying the ride right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm excited for some behind the scenes projects.
Listen, you know what? I think that's something we need to touch on as content creators as well, because it's not just the work we do in front of the camera, it's the stuff that's going on behind that you never know until bam, we pop out with it. You feel me?
Yes, yes.
Um, so now I will now. I will go into this. It looks like we do have a fan in the chat who's tuning in, showing some love, and I love to see that. Love to see people supporting people, and other fellow creators and viewers coming in. And so, one thing I wanted to commend you on is, I'm gonna go ahead and let you talk about it. So, we want to talk about the whole finding out you were nominated for a Game Her award up until finding out that you actually won it. So talk us through that. Let us know how that
Yeah,
went.
no, it was very much an honor because I know
Mhm.
that, also like maybe they're just gonna, nominate me for one thing. It actually was like five nominations in total I had. And then, in the end up winning the Advocate for Her awards, which, definitely that was a big one for me because being advocating for representation, like that's a big deal. To see that people look up to you, to see that people really think that you make a difference,
Yeah.
in this field, because not everybody can do that.
Right.
It's not an easy journey. It's a lot that comes with it. And you have moments of self-doubt, you have moments where you're like, is this even for me? But being
Mm-hmm.
that, people see something in you, that is meaningful to them, that really touched me a lot, and I'm very grateful for that. I will forever be grateful for that. And shout out to the gamers because they're really trying to do big things out there right now. Not trying, they are doing big things out there.
Facts.
Yeah, they're doing big things, building connections. And even though it is primarily around the game hers, everybody's welcome to the community. We
Mm-hmm.
have allies that are there. So don't feel like you can't be a part of it just because of the name. We want to see
Right.
everybody. We want to see everybody celebrated. We want to be able to connect with other people. It's just that it's highlighting game hers
Mm-hmm.
and feminine community. But shout out to them. I love them and I appreciate them so much.
Big, big, big shout out to the game hers, the people who are putting it on, putting it together. When I tell you, and let's make this very clear, the game hers honors any and every female or femme identifying person in the gaming and content creation sphere. So just want to make that very, very clear to everybody. Um, so when you found out you were nominated, where were you, and were you prepared for it at all?
Um, Even though I was hopeful for it, I think I may have just gotten off of work. Oh no, maybe I was still at work. I took a little peek at my phone and saw an email and said that I was nominated. I was like, oh my God. I said, this is, I was excited. And then, I saw another email and I was like, wait, what's happening? So, I saw that they just explained the process for that. And then, being nominated, I was just like taken aback because, even though I really wanted it, I didn't know, if I was ever actually gonna get nominated.
Right.
Yeah, and then once that process started, they had the second round of voting, and then to actually win an award, like
Hmm.
that was that was a big takeaway. So that was definitely a highlight for me this year so far. A
Yeah.
big highlight.
So there we go. That's why I said award winning. In every promo I put out, I made sure people knew that I'm not just talking to anybody. Not saying that nobody else is important, but I'm saying when you're a content creator and you're rising, you getting through the ranks, and boom, you get this award. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm being recognized for my effort,
Yeah.
especially for something. So it wasn't just y'all. It was being an advocate for representation,
Mhm.
which is again important when it comes to our line of work, right? Right. So now that you have that title under your belt, your very first award ever since you've been content creating and streaming, do you have any other goals in mind after this? Like, do you have like a subscriber goal, follower goal, collaboration goal? Like, talk to us about what that looks like for you.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, my mind is always going. I definitely I definitely want to, continue to collaborate with people that, even people that I'm familiar with, a lot of mutuals.
Mhm.
That's never going to go away. But, I do eventually, I'm going to get to a place where I want to shoot my shot at bigger creators.
Yeah.
I would love to collab with some people. A lot of people, and some people might be surprised, but one of the creators that I've been watching for years is Dashi. Like, I love Dashi.
Hey,
I
shout out to the
love
homie
that.
Dashy
Yes,
XP.
I love him. He's hilarious. He's been in the game for a long time.
Facts.
And
Facts.
he grind like you see him grinding from doing these skits in his apartment to now seeing where he's at. Recently just was invited to GameStop to do the release of the Switch 2. Like, that's a big
Yeah.
deal. And
Yeah.
it packed out, and he invited Corey to be there, to
Mhm.
share his moment with Corey, somebody he's very close to. That's a lot, and that, I think that
Mhm.
says a lot about his character. Like, you wanted to share this moment with somebody else. It was really about you, but you wanted to share that. So, even though he might say a lot of bad words and he's loud, I really do think that
Very.
Dash is a sweetheart. Like, I really
Yes.
do. And there's so many other people that I look up to, but that, I would say, that's one of the creators on, with that type of filing that I watch the most.
Yeah. There we go. I went ahead and pulled up the chat because I figured it would be an easier way for
No
us to see the question.
problem.
I was like, looks like Sir McDonald said Switch 2. Yes. So in case
Yes,
y'all don't know, Dashy is giving out Switch
he
2s for his
is.
birthday week. I believe
Yep.
what yesterday was his
Yeah, he
birthday.
did one.
Yeah.
Sign up.
So
If you didn't, watch that video and sign up.
yo, listen, I ain't gonna lie. As soon as I seen the video, I said, okay, Dash, I got you.
Same.
Let me go on and jump on that real quick.
Exactly. And I
My
think he's
husband,
gonna do a few of them.
he is. Wait, hold on, wait, not hold on, wait. We're gonna have to pause the interview real quick. Sir McDonald, did you just say the Switch 2 is awesome, which means you pre-ordered and received this new package from Nintendo?
Enjoying it.
I mean, just gonna come in the chat. We supposed to be having a cool interview. This man's about the Switch 2 is awesome. Well, look here, friend. Let the rest of us catch up. Okay. Someone's got bills. Okay. No, I'm just
Oh
kidding.
no,
Adult
don't.
let's make it clear. Adulting will never stop me from playing a video game.
Exactly. Exactly. Listen, I don't care if I'm 60 years old, okay? You're gonna see me gaming. Say what you want, but you're gonna see me gaming.
Okay, hello, tactical grandma, Call of Duty, wholesome granny gamer,
Exactly.
gaming grandpa. Like, stop playing with me, y'all. Look, we
Yeah.
gonna be the senior citizen gamers of if we get that.
Exactly.
Oh man. Okay, so he said he didn't want it. Now he's glad he's happy. Well, there you go. See,
See, you got it. It was a reason you got it.
mm-hmm. And I mean, granted, you ain't got to come up in my chat bragging about it, my boy. Like, I'm feeling some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be part of the mix now. We're having. Oh, so for today, if this is cool with you, Queen Rail, I'd like to dub the chat that's joining us today as Royal Mixers.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Streamer Foster Hofster's care in for
Oh my gosh.
the entire disrespect.
Oh my
Like,
god.
sis, did you
40 more years. Oh my gosh.
Yo, by that time, I should have my full like head of gray hair or at least some salt
Mhm.
pepper action going. So by then, yeah, I'm here for that. But no, this man said streamer. I have seen it all. I wish somebody could have clipped that because Lord have
Oh my
mercy. I'm just like
gosh.
streamer, foster, and hospice care. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make that a shirt.
I love
I'm gonna
it.
make that. I'm gonna make that.
I
I'm
love
gonna make
it.
that a shirt. Uh, that is too hilarious. So get back into it. So yeah, all right. So now that we've covered your kind of content journey, what were you doing before you started your content creation and gaming journey?
So I would say, during the pandemic, it was just,
Mm-hmm.
trying to kill time. I think we were all trying to figure it out. I had
Mm-hmm.
not, been to work back to work yet. I didn't actually get a new job until like that September. Started working with kids at the hospital who needed someone to look over them while they do their virtual classes. And it was helpful to
Mm-hmm.
the parents in the hospital because a lot of them didn't have babysitters.
Mm.
Yeah, so like prior to that, I was just enjoying the ride, enjoying not having to go anywhere too much. It didn't bother me being inside. It did not. I was like, okay, the less I have to deal with. The only thing was, it was I trying to get certain things out of store. They had the limitations and things like that.
Mm.
But other than that, I it didn't bother me. It did not bother me.
Better you than me, because I'd have been like, huh?
I was like, that's more time for me to waste time and gaming and other things that I don't normally get the time to do.
Yeah. Feel that. Feel that. So were you born and raised in New Orleans, or do you hail from other parts of Louisiana?
Yeah, so been there most of my life. I did move away for 7 years after Hurricane Katrina.
Right.
Um, went to all the way to Rhode Island. And
Wow.
yeah, the backstory to that, my brother, he was just like his first few years in the military.
Mm.
So he was able to get in touch with the Red Cross and they were able
Mm-hmm.
to help us get out there. Because initially we went to Baton Rouge trying to get
Right.
help and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
then from there, that's when we went to Rhode Island. Completely different environment, um, different weather. When we got there, it was like that September.
Mm.
When I tell you, we went from hot, humid weather to it was actually cold to us when we
Mm.
got there because of the difference in the temperature. Um, but it definitely was an experience. Like I said, different culture, but I actually enjoyed it. Got to see a new side of things, got to enjoy some beaches.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I remember going to New York for the first time because we have family
Oh,
there.
snap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
She
have
hit the
family.
NY. Yeah.
Yeah, I have family that lives in Harlem. And
Oh, okay.
it was nice though. It was nice to experience something different. It was it was the unfortunate side because
Right.
being away from family for a long time and
Yeah.
just that big drastic change, but it also had its benefits.
Mm.
So yeah, made our way back home the end of 2012.
Mm.
um because a lot at that time, like a lot of family was passing, and it was like, you know what, we got to come back home, because
Yeah.
it was hard to get to funerals and things like that. But yeah, that was a big journey. But here we are, we're back, we came back home and kind of started back over because I was like, I'm so used to this environment now. Now I'm
Mm-hmm.
coming back home and it was hot. It
Boy.
was hot. It
Boy.
actually took a few years for me to get used to the weather again
Yeah.
because like in the winter, people's like, "You're not cold?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, I went through a like snowstorms in Rhode
Yeah.
Island. And so coming back home, like the cold weather to me was nothing. Like I might
Mm.
have on a little sweater or something. I was good. People was like, "You're not cold." I was like, "No." But after a few years, that changed.
Yeah. It's you get you acclimate English. Do I speak it? Yes, I do. You acclimated to the environment after even being there for just a short time, and that I've never lived outside of Texas my entire life, but I've visited other places.
Hmm.
Been to Georgia, been to Louisiana multiple times. I've got well, I had an auntie that lived in Baton Rouge, but she was like, "Nah, I'm coming back over here." And I'm like, "Okay." Had no clue, but you're here, and I'm happy about that. Have peoples up in also in New Orleans, and I have I think a couple friends that live kind of north of New Orleans. I'm not exactly sure what the north trajectory is directly, but I know they are about like maybe 30 minutes outside the city.
Okay.
And man, let me tell you, every time I visit the boot, I just be like,
You see something. You see something. You see some characters. I know.
you meet some characters, but it's fun though. It depends also on where you're going and what you're
Mhm.
going for.
Right.
And I don't care what nobody's talking about. I'm going to get my beignets. I will fight you outside of Jackson Square. Do you hear me? You gotta go to Lamo. You gotta go to Lamo. Gotta
You right
go.
about that. You right about
You
that.
gotta go. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it.
Oh
Google
yeah,
it.
you gonna find some places, and you definitely gonna find somewhere to eat.
Man,
You're gonna find somewhere to party,
yes.
and then after that, you good for the night.
Don't go down Bourbon Street during the day.
Yeah.
Don't do it. That's my only. She'll tell you better than I can, but just as from a visitor perspective, you don't want to go down Bourbon Street unless you are going for an event. There's more people because
Mhm.
when there's not a lot of people, it can get really interesting.
Oh yeah.
Just FYI. Now I don't know if this is still true. It's been some years, but I remember the first time I visited, we stayed at a Sheraton hotel that was right in downtown, and then
I
right
know
across,
exactly what you're talking about.
and
Yep.
there was a Popeyes right across the street. Is that still there?
That Popeyes, I don't think it's there anymore.
Dang. Okay.
But they do got some other stuff in that area. They do
They
got like,
do.
yeah.
But I swear on everything that goes on a plate and can be eaten with a fork. There was a lady who worked there. The first time I ever went, she buttered my biscuits.
So you didn't have to choke on it.
Not a nail. Not a nail. Oh my gosh, yo! And you can tell like the seasoning difference between like Popeyes there and here. You can
Yeah.
tell like the food difference, the cooking difference, the style, everything like that. Y'all, frog legs ain't nothing wrong with them. Alligator is juicy. Stop playing. I'm just being honest with you. Listen, and this is very limited knowledge of the New Orleans culture and lifestyle and all of that. So you've got granted my camera is pointed this way, so they right there. Not a wild onyx. First of all, which onyx are you talking about? Ain't the onyx supposed to be spelled with a Y? Am I missing something?
Oh, they did spell it differently.
Oh,
Mm.
PCG. I gotta go tell them in Discord. Y'all misspelled your own.
They gonna be like, really?
They're gonna be like, no, we didn't. I'm like, bro, I got proof.
Mm-hmm. Like,
What's
let
the
me screenshot it. Let me take a clip.
look? If you look at 37:50, what's the time stamp? Yo, a wild onyx. You know what? Just for the fact that your name's spelled wrong, I don't even want to try to catch you. I don't know what type. Is it a shiny onyx?
Right. It might be something different.
So yes, this is interactive. You can participate in the Pokemon community game. They do have a Discord. I do not ask me how to get started because I completely forgot. It's been in like
I every time
2026.
somebody comes to my chat, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I The one person that I know who knew all of the commands, I haven't seen him in a while, so I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, you could try this, try that. You say you ooh. So you're not
Uh, I don't know if there's enough people in the chat for you to start that war. There's only 6 people watching, so uh, uh, yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh over poker. That is, we gonna have to have a debate on that one. List that LA. That's your prerogative. Now, if people now, granted, this is being live streamed, and then this will be shared on YouTube. So if people come for you, I mean, go look.
yeah.
Look, what's that disclaimer? Any views expressed in this chat do not reflect that of Remyx.
We don't know nothing about nothing.
I don't know, Nathan. Nay and Fan. I don't know Nathan. I don't. He trying to get me caught up and in trouble and
Mhm.
all of the above.
It
Look
sounds like
here.
you're trying to do like a what's it called? The when you have all of the different categories of stuff. The
Ooh,
oh, it
not
just
me getting dumbfounded.
because I know exactly what. Why can I? We just did
You said what categories?
one. Yeah, MC. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, this is something you did on your channel.
No, no, I didn't do it, but one of the communities I'm part of, they just did one. Oh my gosh, why can't I think of it? Oh no.
I'll be ready
Oh
like Jon
no.
Snow pulling
Hold
my
on.
sword against the army.
I'm weak.
Not,
Hold on.
yeah. Put in pause. She's having a moment.
I'm having a moment, y'all. I'm
She's
looking at
having a
I'm
moment.
looking, I'm
We gonna let
looking.
her. We will let you have that moment, sweetheart. There
We
is no
look
judgment here.
we need that. We need to know what's going on. Tier
There,
list.
there.
Oh my god, that's what it is. A tier list. Tier list.
Oh,
So,
tier list. Yes, yes,
yes.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes. So,
See.
you should do a tier list. And I know it's gonna start a war. Different anime, different categories, so people can
Oh,
vote on it. Doing
oh.
stream live, doing stream.
I mean, hold on. Can I put up a poll right now? Let me see who here. Look, let me find out who here. Okay, so yeah, I can put up a poll. Hold on. Let me put up a poll real quick. Hold
It's gonna
on.
get
I got
juicy.
it is about to get juicy. Let's do a new poll. Uh okay. So here's the question. Uh who are you rocking with? Uh, that will end friendship.
It will. It definitely will.
He said, yeah, you said Yu-Gi-Oh over Pokemon. Hold on, we gon' you gonna sit
Oh,
there
now it's
and
Dragon Ball overall.
nah, we sticking with what he said. No, we sticking with what he exactly he said. Um, I'm gonna leave this up for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna leave the poll up for about 5 minutes. So if you're watching and you see this poll, go ahead and place your vote. Um,
Yeah, I heard it. Place that vote.
all right, place that vote. Bam. Poll is up. It should be up. It should be up. It may or may not be up. I don't know if I said it right.
Uh-oh.
Did it not show up?
Two versus one.
Oh, where y'all see that at? Look, I'm trying to look.
It's right at the top. If you go to your chat, you should see it.
True, that's true, that's true. Okay, hold on. Let me go to my chat. Oh, oh, this is serious.
It's a war.
Is serious. Who's the third person who voted? They said, look, they popped up in the chat like, this how you know I'm here. Yo, this is real. This is real. This is what I love about doing my show the way that I do because I'm just like, listen, yes, it's an interview, but we're also having a good time. Um,
Absolutely. We love a good time.
we definitely do love a good time. Oh, who are you rocking with? All right, we're just gonna leave that up there. If more people come in and they wanna, oh, the flames, he's going ham with the flame emojis. Now, is those from your channel or whose channel?
Cheat Cheeto, is that a Cheeto? What's that?
A flaming Cheeto? Hold on, what does it say? Oh, it says two chi for arson. Oh my god. Oh, two cheese nips. Who is cheese nips?
So they like flames and cheese.
I see.
You said
Nah,
now,
but
but you need it.
man's is cutting up in the chat, boy. Man's is cutting up for real. So while we've got that going, getting kind of back into the groove of things. Now, I'm pretty sure now I think I when we connected, it was in the oh my god,
1,000 Dream Fund.
Dreams Funds.
Mm.
Yes. So how did you so what did you work what were you a part of with 1,000 Dreams Funds? Like did you win an award from them or what did you what was your connection there?
So, actually in their Dream Team Ambassador program.
Mm-hmm.
So I got into that in early. what was it? Early 2024? Yeah, it had to be like,
Mm.
yeah, early 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Just, promoting things with them, connecting with things in the community,
Yeah.
fundraising, getting the word out. And they do a lot of great, great things as well. They do a lot.
Facts.
They do a lot of fundraising throughout the year just to help, streamers with and education, whether it's equipment, whether it's to tuition, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
to help creators get to conventions. They have done a lot and they're still currently doing a lot. Like they never stop
Facts.
working. They never stop working. So definitely, check them out as well.
I have to agree. So I was a recipient of the broadcast her grant in
Woo!
2022. I think I got that right. 2022, somewhere around there. You know what? I can't even remember because I know it was definitely during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Um, gosh, when did I get that? Was it 2021? I can't remember. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. It's my brain. My
It
brain
be
needs
like that.
to
It be like that.
just struggle. It was either 2021 or 2022. I'm thinking. I'm gonna say it was 2022 or either late 2021. No, 2021 because 2022 is when I started getting heavy into my modding thing because I was really starting to pull back then. But in 2021, I got the broadcast her grant. I wasn't expecting to get it, but when I was told that I got it, I was in the middle of a stream, and as a matter of fact, I think I still
Oh,
have the
wow.
clip of that on this channel.
I love that.
Um, and bro, I freaked out. I flipped out. I was like, I got what? They're like,
Like,
you
what
need to
now?
go look at the thing. Because they tell you, you need to go look at the thing. You need to go look
Mhm.
at the thing. I was like, what are you talking about? Why are y'all yelling at me in my chat? Why are you yelling at me? What is going on? And then they told me. And so that at that time, the grant was $1,000. Baby, best $1,000 I'd ever received. And the reason why I say that is because, like you mentioned, they do invest in women, female or femme identifying women and femme identifying gamers. Oh my god. I got to um I got to get this chair right here. I've had this
I
chair
love it. I love it.
since that time and it has done me well. Listen, Secret Labs.
Yes,
Appreciate
I
it.
can vouch for Secret Labs. Yep.
I can vouch for, but hold on, they I ain't gonna lie, they kind of got a competitor coming through swinging.
Uh-oh.
They got a competitor coming through
Uh-oh.
now. I'm gonna tell you that's a talk for another time.
I
My
got
dream
you. I
hack
got
adventures. I'm gonna have to have you back on the show and
Oh,
just us having a good time
absolutely.
because that ooh secret. I love. Thank you. You are a beautiful chair.
You did what you needed to do.
No, oh no, this chair ain't going nowhere no time soon. However, they have a competitor where it's let's just say your back and your boo cheeks will be happy.
Ooh, okay. I like the way that sound. I like it. Y'all heard that?
I wish I had video proof from DreamHack about 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. Cause baby, I sat in that chair and I was like, okay, this is cool. Cause they have it to where it's like a three-parter. So they have the head, the back, and they have the lower. Mhm.
Okay.
And so the head and back, I was like, okay, this is cool. But mm, the rest of this, hold on. I'm like, no, this ain't it because we're blessed in the backside. Most black women are. Okay, we not walking around here. Some of us are built like Foghorn Leghorn from the game. I'm the slimmer version, but still okay. And when I sat in that chair, I was like, okay, this is cool, but how is this working for somebody like me who has that extra curve? You know how you got that extra dip in your
Mhm.
spine? Like
Oh
people be
yeah.
like, oh, you have a curve, natural curve in your spine. No, 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 but I got a dip. I got a dip. So
Not the
Yu-Gi-Oh
Yu-Gi-Oh!
won it. He got
He said, but
he,
remember.
he said, y'all go catch this duck. Okay, you got the duck. Yu-Gi-Oh won it. Hold on, let me make sure the poll results. Yep, 67 per. Well, two people voted. Yu-Gi-Oh did win, so there we go. Let me see. Yep, Well, there you go.
Got your win in.
Got your win in. And congratulations to everybody who voted for Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know what y'all. I mean, you could have used channel points if you got some. It's okay if you don't. All gravy. No, all love. Shout out to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Supporters. Um, but yeah. So when the lady who I guess she's an occupational therapist, she came and talked to me, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Okay, ma'am, uh, you just did some things." I'm like, "Hold on, me and this chair are not getting along." And I, you know me, I'm very, I don't play none of that. I got some. I'm gonna tell you straight out. So I'm like, all right, you for content creators, you need to also think about how that affects content creators of color, because not all of us are built like that. I love my, lighter melanated, brown, and East Indian, West Indian, and Asian creators. But baby, I'm just saying. So she did this. I don't know what she did. She did a slip, twip, and a thrip of something, and it just immediately hit the spot. And I was like, "Oh."
Like, that's what you do.
I said, "And y'all are doing what with this chair? Y'all are doing what with this chair? Because listen, I will be an ambassador real quick.
Right?
Don't play with me. I did sign up. I'm waiting to hear back from them
Ooh,
about
yes.
their ambassador.
We claiming it. We claiming it.
Listen, because baby, my backside was happy. It was so happy. I was like,
"Oh, this is different."
And it was, and that is the beauty of going to conventions like Dream Hack. And for those of y'all who don't know, Dream Hack Dallas is the world's largest international gaming, esports, and technology festival ever in the United States of America. Just FYI. Them Swedish folk came over here, was like, "Yeah, we got y'all," and it's like, thanks.
Right?
Thank you very much. Give me something to do. So yeah, Secret Lab, shout out to you for holding me down since 2021. But again, you got some stiff competition, my friends.
Gotta step it up. Step it up.
You got listen, the chair designs are cute, but if they ain't molding for I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So no, that was not paid promo. I promise you. That's my experience. I will say this though, every time I sit in this chair, oh my, it's the best thing. It's the best thing ever. And this is the KDA version of the chair from the League of Legends. I don't know if anybody's familiar with KDA. A Litwick is in the chat. So use PokeCatch if you want to try to catch it.
Get the Litwick.
Get your Litwick. Make sure you got Pokeballs, because if you don't have Pokeballs, ain't gonna be no perk. You trying to catch the Litwick. But yeah, but every time I get in this chair, babe, I get excited. I get happy, and then I know I'm gonna do something. I don't leave this chair for hours.
Oh yeah, you get stuck in it. You might fall asleep in it.
Oh yeah, content creator tip. Content creator tip. If you know you're going to be gaming for a very long time and you realize that when you stand up after sitting for so many hours, get you some compression socks.
Y'all heard
I'm just saying. That's my tip for the month. MONF month. No, content. I'm serious, because people get up and they're like, "Oh my legs numb, your blood don't circulate." The compression socks will keep all that from happening. I mean, it'll be a tight squeeze, but that's the whole point. It's compression socks. So if a bunch of y'all hit up Walmart and you start buying out, it doesn't matter what brand, as long as, well, actually it do matter what brand. Hold on. So Copper Fit is what I have on. Okay. And I slap these bad boys on every time. We weren't trying to catch no Litwick. At least I wasn't. I wasn't. I didn't even go get my Pokemon stuff from out the Discord just yet. So I ain't using up my Pokeballs with no Litwick. I don't want that. So yeah, Copper Fit is a really good brand of gear for if you have like bad elbows, things like stuff like that. So they do have compression socks. Get you a size. If you're usually like a small, get you an extra small. If you're a medium, get you a small. Kind of go a size down so that way you
Okay.
know it's gonna work for you. And they have some. I suggest getting the ones that go all the way up to your knees. Don't stop at the ankle.
Okay.
Because a lot of people be like, oh, if you stop at the ankle, I'm like, no, because if you stop at the ankle, you get up, your ankle gonna be looking like your feet gonna be normal size, and the rest of your leg gonna be looking like you Professor Clump. Like,
You said get 2 couch pillows and stuff it in your shorts where your booty
sir,
is.
no, 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 no,
Wait a
no.
minute. Wait.
I, that's not how that works, sir.
Oh
Sir,
my god.
sir, please. That is not how that works. No.
Oh,
Who
why
was doing
be
couch
stuffing?
pillows?
Not
You
you
can't stuff
stuffing
your
it.
butt with couch pillows. Like the. Why are you like this, sir? Sir, please. Why are you like this?
Oh my
I don't understand
god.
it. I don't stand this notion. I wasn't expecting all these shenanigans and foolery to be happening. This tomfoolery
That
is
is
going.
crazy. That is crazy work. You said they do need support, but it's the stuffing for me. You said stuff it like a turkey.
We gonna highlight that right there. There you go. Your picture and everything. Everybody go see who you are.
They gonna come to your stream and be like, remember when you said that?
Say, yo, we caught you. You know what? And I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't even stream in 1080p. We caught you in 720p, 60 FPS talking like this. What is we? My guy.
Oh my god, it's the stuffing for me.
It's the. I don't even know how we got here. Oh my gosh! Wow! Oh wow!
Put it on 12K is insanity.
Put it on 12K. They don't support 12K yet. They barely going up to 2K right now. No, seriously. So if you're a streamer and you're looking, everybody's like, why ain't they doing 4K yet? They're literally just now rolling out 2K. So they're asking people if you want to join the wait list to have that feature roll out for your channel. So that way people upgrade their setups. They're getting their, what is it? It's a 2440p capture card that you're going to need. You're going to have that. If you don't got it, you ain't getting you ain't getting you ain't getting it. Mm-mm.
You said
oh my god.
So you talking about booty.
This is not what my channel is about, sir.
Oh my god. It's a smirk for me.
Hold on. We're gonna put him on blast again.
Oh my god. He really said, trust me, it can get to 12K.
This is why I'm letting him just go on by this. I think my husband is watching, so I ain't nothing I can say about that. Even if he wasn't watching, I still wouldn't say nothing. Now you ain't get me caught up. Nope. Ha ha. Not today. So yes. So far we have been, y'all, it has been such a good time. If you're just now tuning, I'm not, please don't, we're not going to read that right now. We're not going to play with him. If you are just now tuning in, I am hanging out with NolaQueenRell from New Orleans. She has been doing some amazing stuff in the content creation space. So I do gotta ask you, what is your goal follower or subscriber count? Like, what is the goal that'll make you feel like you've hit a certain mark?
Honestly, every goal, like milestone I've gained has definitely like boosted up my confidence in this in doing content. But I could say realistically, if I get to like 5K, I think I'll feel like I really did one. Like right now we're so close to 2K. So
Hey.
yeah, so we're so close. So I really think once I get that 5K, like I'm okay with that. Of course, I want to continue to grow, but I would be okay with that. Yeah.
Yes, yes. 5K is a big
It's
milestone.
a
Look,
lot. It's a lot.
I
So
think I think I'm only sitting at 193, maybe 94 subscribers right now.
so
Um,
we getting
or
there.
followers somewhere.
We gonna push that out.
One of them numbers. Listen, I be trying.
We pushing it.
I be trying. But trying to manage this and do the blog website and all that other
Right.
good stuff. Listen, it's tough out here in this marketing world. It is very, very tough. That
Yeah,
is for
it
sure.
is. It is, especially when you're trying to do the 9 to 5 and then you get home and do this. It's a lot. It's definitely a lot. That's why I said this is not for the weak. It's not for the weak.
No, it isn't. It isn't. You gotta be on point. If you're not on point, then I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
It's a grind, and I'm
it
sure you
really
can
is.
attest to that. You could attest to that because it's like and I think the falsehood is that you have to have a viral moment in order to really make it, and it's
Mm-mm.
like in your okay, so in your personal opinion, do you think virality is where it's at, or is it something else that you think should be happening in the content creation space, especially with prime example? I know that Kai Cenat just did his streamer university thing. um like, do you believe that people should do more IRL things, or just give me your thoughts on this, because we are literally watching the spirit of content creation, whether it's gaming, whether it's vlogging or IRL stuff, whether it's podcasting or craft making. Like, what is your opinion on the evolution of content creation since you joined, at least?
Yeah, no, honestly, I think it's all about staying true to yourself. Like, don't feel like you have to do what everybody else is doing unless that's truly what you want to do, something you truly have a passion for. Because if you try to follow the trend just because it's a trend and not because you legitimately want to do it, you're not going to be happy. You're going
Right.
to, you're going to definitely be harder on yourself than you need to be. And if the results don't turn out the way you expected it because you've seen somebody else get the results from doing it,
Mm-hmm.
you really you're gonna break your spirit. So just stay true to yourself, love what you do and do what you love. And if you have a passion for it, continue to push forward. If
Yep.
that's something you really want to do, even if you don't get it in the next 1, 2, 3 years, you never know when your time is gonna hit. And
Mm-hmm.
if you quit, you're gonna miss out on the opportunity. So it's
Mm.
okay to take breaks. I'm
Yeah.
big on breaks. Take care of your mental. Take care of
Yeah.
your mental.
Yeah.
But
Facts.
if you truly love it, do not give up.
Mm-hmm. And agreed. I have like I was telling her when we joined the thing, and this is kind of sharing a little bit of me. I haven't streamed. My first live stream was 2 months ago, maybe month and a half or some change ago, and I hadn't touched streaming in 3 years. That should tell you something. Most of that time it was me modding or doing things for other streamers, making sure everybody else was copacetic or whatever else. But now that I'm back into it, I'm like, huh. But you got to come at it. I would say, don't be afraid to evolve. Would that
Hmm.
be accurate?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm not an IRL streamer. You ain't gonna nothing about my life. Mine, your vanilla chocolate or mixed in mint chocolate chip business, because baby, we know that you ain't learning nothing about my kids that folks don't already know, and all that extra stuff. Like, some of the content that is being put out now, it's like, okay, it's cool, but
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
All of
Like,
this for likes and clicks and all. I'm
mhm.
like, have we really gotten to that point now? Like, all right, hands in the chat. Whoever's in the chat, put a hand in there. Does anybody remember Vine?
Yes.
Come on, talk to me, chat. Do you remember Vine? Put a hand or a you can use even my little curly hair little person down there.
I know
Put a
y'all
hand up.
remember. Y'all remember.
Y'all gotta remember. You have to remember. Like, there's no way you don't remember. Because baby, Vine. Whoo! You want to talk about the top tier entertainment was those little shorts on Vine, and then you combined them with what you saw on YouTube back in its earlier days.
The prime of it all. Oh, I miss the
Before
old
Instagram was a thing,
Yep.
we had Facebook, MySpace, Moco Space.
Oh my God, I remember that. Moco Space. Woo, that's a throwback.
More like a hellion throwback, because everybody was trying to meet up and fight on Moco Space. And yes, I was part of that too. You talk about my people, I was gonna come after you. I was gonna ping your IP address. Don't play with me. One thing about it, I'm Texan tried and true, but you're gonna find out one or two things: the Texas side or the Brooklyn side. What's up?
It's crazy.
I'm
yeah, like you said, that the way the IRL hasn't evolved, and it's no hate on that or anything. It's just I think people are expecting it now from everybody. And that's not everybody's grind, and
agreed.
Yeah, it's not everybody's grind, so don't expect everybody to do that. Now, if it was something like maybe DreamCon or something like that, I don't mind doing IRL, something like that. Would I do it every day? Absolutely
no.
not ever.
Some stuff gotta be sacred.
Yes.
Like, no shade to the women and men who decide to share their entire life journeys on social media, but at what point do you have privacy? Because then y'all turn around and end up divorced, mad, angry, bitter, chasing money, all the stuff.
Yeah. Because all those people now turning y'all against each other in the audience, and all of this, starting rumors and saying this person got beef with this, and now y'all really got beef. I don't need that. I don't have time.
I can't do it. I cannot do it. Like I said, some stuff just has to remain sacred as a content. And then on top of that, here's something else. And tell me if you've noticed this in the content world. When it comes to who you mix and mingle with in the content world.
Oh yeah. We know some current names, y'all.
Baby, just for being an observer, the drama from 2001 up to 2024, you would be surprised being a fly on some of these discords, these chats, these.
Yep. Ooh, the behind the scenes. You learn some tea.
And part of the reason why I stepped back is I was like, you know what? There's too much of this going on, too much of that going on. I need to switch my gears. I need to grind. I need to switch out, and that's okay.
Absolutely.
I decided there's nothing wrong with that at all. And Rel, I was gonna ask this, but something told me to pause. I had to catch myself for a second because I was gonna ask this, but I was like, you know what? Because I'm not one to be messy. I'm not one to be, I'm getting too old for that. I'm almost 40. I cannot do that because people, as much as I love them, it's just it's a little too much going on.
It's a lot going on.
It is a lot going on. Looks like I'm having some. Give me a second. I'm having some technical difficulty. Okay, hold on. My thing is yelling at me.
Oh no.
It is. Okay. I should be sure it. I don't know what this thing is doing, but I think I did it.
Let's see. I think we look good.
I think we look good.
Okay. Yep. I think it's good.
Okay, we're good. Okay. Because child, I got the warning sign. I was like, wait a minute. And I think, you know what? I think my chat just decided to
freeze on you.
I think my chat froze on me. And that's okay. I mean, it's fine. I mean, I can still see. I got chat pulled up on my mobile, so it's all good in the hood. So if you can still see us, give me like drop one of the drop one of my emotes if you can still see us quite clearly, because I want to make sure I know I can see me and you can see me, but I want to make sure everybody else can see. So if you can see us, drop some emotes in the chat. I do have some free follower emotes. So if you're a follower, go ahead and hit that little button and let me know. I gotta probably pause for a second because ain't no telling what the delay is.
And don't be afraid to share the link. We running this up to 200 followers.
Yes,
running it up.
Yes, and if you are, currently watching, you are more than welcome to just tap me up. Just keep the window open. Just make sure it says twitch.tv/Remyx Media on there, and you're good to go. You ain't gotta. Hey, oh snap! Wait a minute. That is cute. Look at this.
The Snorlax.
Look at the Snorlax.
I love Snorlax.
Oh my dog. I'm sorry, whoever that is, I'm gonna have to go to their page and take that. Cause listen, it's from Melly the Pirate.
I love her. Yeah, she's a great streamer. I love her.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's a cute emote. I'm jelly. I'm jelly. I'm not as cool to make cool emotes and things like that just yet, but I promise you, I'm gonna want to get there someday. So cool. So everybody can see us. Excellent. He said, "I'm working."
You working?
Why are you? What? Get back to work. What do we? You dang Yu-Gi-Oh nerd. We know. we know. But get back to work, my boy. You on the clock. We're playing. We ain't look. I am not responsible if you get fired. Don't come looking for me. Because the only job I can give you is, hey, do you want to mod?
Right?
Do you want to help with Remyx Media? Do you want to write a blog or 2 or 3 or 10? Like what? I'm just saying.
You can put it on your resume.
I'm just saying. We can teach you some skills.
Yeah.
I'm always work supporting.
Oh, we love it. We love that.
Appreciate. Oh, speaking of expansions, aside from content creating, what are some other things that you want to get into that will help you with your personal brand?
Oh, absolutely. I definitely want to get back into pre-pandemic. I did have like my own skincare and cosmetic line that I was working on and doing, and I did really well during the time. I had it was called Cosmetics by Rell. So I did handmade things like body butters. I had this one thing. It was called the it's like it makes you glow, your skin glow. It was like my own version of the Rihanna. Let me mute myself. But it was called the glow gel, so it made you glisten up, made your skin pop. Did beard oils, hair oils, just different things. Something I wanted to expand further. Unfortunately, once pandemic came, that was on pause, and I haven't officially gotten back into it. But that's something I really want to get back into. That I always wanted to be somebody that had multiple businesses. Just different lines of income, but that was my baby, so that would be one of the first things I would love to bring back. Of course, merch. I've always wanted to learn how to make clothes, so eventually we're gonna get into all of that. But yeah, just doing more things, getting more into like the media side of things,
right,
working with more brands, big brands, and getting, endorsements and things like that. So, I just got to keep grinding, working, stay consistent, and one thing I always tell people, do not be afraid to shoot your shot with a brand. You never know. You never know. You might shoot your shot and they might want to work with you. Even if they don't want to work with you at that moment, they might be watching you and eventually like, hey, we love what you do. Would you like to work with us? So don't ever be afraid. Listen, I be shooting my shot. You say you want to glow in the dark on the black light. Stop it. Okay? Stop it. we got to get you some glow gel. But it's not going to
No,
glow in the dark.
it's not, but there is glow in the dark paint that you can
Yes.
walk around in
Yes.
and then turn off a light and there you go.
That's funny. There was actually when we were in Houston, me and a few friends, we went to this place called what is it called? Something bomb. Beat the Bomb. That's what it was called. And it's almost like a more adventurous version of an escape room. So basically so we put on these bodysuits and a face mask. So, but that wasn't until the end of it. So pretty
Right.
much you went in the room, they had like these little codes and stuff that we each had to like figure out and go to each other's boards and do that to make it to the next level. Once you unlock that, you had another one where we had to stand on these little color squares. You had to make sure you were standing on it in the right way based on what it was showing on the screen. Once you passed that level, we had lasers. There were some lasers that we had to walk through or crawl. Listen, I crawled on the ground. I was like trying to get under it, didn't stand up and hop. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be at first, but I had a blast. The last round of it.
It sounded like they were making. It sounded like you were doing military drills.
That's what it felt like.
You auditioning for the army? Is that what we doing?
We were sweating. So finally, you say you're the super. Okay, we love that.
He said, "Kim Possible."
That's what it felt like. So finally, we get to the last round. We put on the bodysuits, put on the mask, and it was this room where, how many? It was like 6 of us, I think. Yeah, 6 of us. So we put on these masks. And basically, they gave us these little squeezy things. It was like a controller. So one person had to steer. It was like this little car that they had, this robotic car on the screen. So one person had to be the left, steer to the left with it. The other person had to be the right. Somebody had to go straight. And then I ended up with the little thing that's for the shooter. So once we get to a certain point, there's these little things that you have to shoot. And then like, it was like a maze almost. So if you fall off of it, you get sprayed with paint. We were right at the end of it, and the car fell. And immediately the paint got us, and it glowed in the dark. It was glowing in the dark paint, but it was like we got blasted. I have to find it. They sent us like the CCTV of it. It was hilarious.
The disrespect. I mean, the very funny disrespect, but the disrespect nonetheless.
Yes, I was like, it just immediately got us. We had a workout, but it was fun. I recommend doing it. They have different ones. There's one you don't have to do the paint. You can do like there's foam and suds at the end. If you lose at the end, then you get splashed with all the bubbles and the suds and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was a good time, but it was a workout. I will say that. I was like, okay. Here I go thinking it's something simple. No.
Nope. You had to fight for that one.
One of my friends, they ended up falling to the ground after the laser one. He was like, I'm done. I was like, please get up.
He said, nope, tap out.
Oh my God.
Tap out. So it sounds like DreamCon was like a really good experience for you.
I had so much fun.
So then I'm assuming you've been to previous DreamCons. Was that your second or what?
Yeah, that was my second DreamCon. Yep.
Okay. So your first was in Austin.
My first one was in Austin.
That's crazy. What made you decide to go to the one in Austin and not
So
closer to Dallas?
yeah, so I've been wanting to go like I was supposed to go like 2 years prior.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately I wasn't able to go because that was at the time the tickets were like $60.
Yes.
It was $60. That was for the 3-day pass. It ain't like
Yeah.
that no more. But but unfortunately those first two times I couldn't make it because at the time, the first time I was supposed to go, that's when they moved it to Arlington. Um and then they had it again. No, after that, then it was in Austin. And I didn't make that one, but I made it last year. Their last year in Austin, and then of course this year in Houston. But I
Okay.
did. I want to because at the time, like I remember when I first heard about DreamCon, that was like 2018, I think. They
Mm-hmm.
started in Waco, Texas.
Yep.
And I remember hearing about it and how much of a success it was. And at the time, it was like really small, like
Yeah.
600 people, I think they said. And
Mm-hmm.
then, like, over the years, it just grew bigger and bigger. And now 60,000 people.
Yep.
Like, that's a big accomplishment. Like
That's
that.
what. That's like. This you said from 600 to 60,000. That's like 100 times growth
Yeah,
right there,
that's major.
including a forced break because of the
Hmm.
pandemic. So
Yeah. So that's huge.
that is very, very huge.
That's
Now,
a testimony.
it is. And for anybody wondering, you can go to DreamCon or dreamconvention.com, I believe is the website.
Yes, yes.
You can check it out. They should be making announcements about, upcoming ticket drops, things for next year. On their social medias and thing like that. So it's called DreamCon. It's hosted by RDC World, Mark Phillips and his crew. It is very black.
I mean, it is. It is. It
Let's
is.
just let's just keep it let's just keep it a buck. It is very black. It is very hood. It is for ninja nerds. So
Hmm.
just yeah, I haven't been either, but again, I'm very familiar with what I mean. Though a uh, if you're a black anything really like the
Yeah.
gaming sphere, and you grew up, I mean, a lot of us grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, some of the old school mechas. You know what
Yes,
I'm
Sailor
saying?
Moon.
So a lot of us grew up watching these cartoons on Fox Kids and
Hmm.
watching the Disney Morning cartoons and all stuff. That's our generation. That's what we had in the late 80s, early to mid 90s, right? I ain't gonna say that all the way up to the 2000s. I would say up to that point because 1999 to 2002 is when things really started to shift, right?
Hmm.
So what you have now is literally, it's like, hey, yeah, we like gaming, we like sports, we like cosplay, and we like doing all these things,
Yeah.
but a lot of us grew up in rough neighborhoods. I know I was one of them. And to this day, I listen. Sometimes I fall asleep to watching YouTube playthroughs of other people doing things. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's
I knew I
I
had
was
a
waiting for
feeling.
it. I was waiting for it. Me and you both on the same. We were there. We were definitely there. I
You see it here, guys.
He pushed that out there at
Oh,
720p.
oh my God.
And for anybody else that's new and tuning in, he's been like this the whole time since he joined up in here. Been like this the whole time. Do I love it? Yes. I appreciate it. Gotta have what do I like to call it? This might get me banned. I don't know. I really don't care, but I like to call it niggatry.
Yeah, you gotta have a little bit
Shenanigans
of
and
that.
niggatry.
Yeah, sprinkle a little bit in there.
It, or else it wouldn't be an authentic podcast, at least for me, or an
Right.
authentic stream for me, without some foolery, shenanigans, and all that stuff that is reflective of who we are. Yeah, I didn't want it. ECG. It be throwing out Pokemon and I'll be like, what
It's
is
like it's
that?
getting mad like you really didn't catch it. Like you really just let it go.
Like, do you want me
Yeah.
to go in my Discord and get my whatever it is that I'm supposed to get? Because every single time I've gone to the PCG community Discord, I would throw this in here real quick. Every time I've gone to that silly Discord, I ain't gonna say stupid because it's not stupid, but the silly little Discord, and I go in there and I'm like, hey, what is my Poke Daily stuff? It always gives me common stuff. I've gotten rare twice.
Wow.
Put some respect on my Pokemon journey. You smell me? Do you smell me? I'm just saying. Lord of mercy. But anywho. Oh, we are almost at the 1.5 hour mark. We've been on live for almost 90 minutes.
Hey, I love it. I love it.
But that's what happens when you're having fun, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? That is a beautiful thing. I gotta highlight this real quick because it literally showed up. I just have to.
Oh my God. I want to go.
So if you're watching the VOD of this, if you go back and watch the VOD of this and you do have tips, please drop them in my chat. My chat is open. Usually I have shield mode up, but lately I've been like, you know what? Since everybody been chilling, folks been on their best behavior. Folks didn't act the fool during Black History Month. We good.
You said the after party? Listen.
What after party? Who? At who house? Where?
They got after parties at Dreamland had a lot of after parties.
Yeah, no, not at this address. I mean, if Rail plans on going live, y'all are more than welcome to go there. But here, ooh, child, listen, I can't do much. I can't do like I used to do. It was like, well, if I was doing a streamathon, yes, but I prepare myself for that one. You know what I mean?
Oh.
But for the most part,
I don't know when the last time I did like a 12-hour. I've done like 12 hours my whole career of streaming.
I've done a 24-hour stream, I think. But I was raising money. So
okay.
I was raising money. And I did the last 12-hour stream I did was for one of my birthdays.
Okay. Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I need to redo my streamiversary because I tried to do it in April.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, we gotta celebrate.
Apparently it put me on blast. This year made 3 years of streaming.
Woohoo!
So, or since I've been, excuse me, I wouldn't even say not streaming since I've been an affiliate. So I'm still an affiliate with Twitch.
We love that. We love it.
And that's crazy because I thought all this time I was gonna lose it.
No, see, you stuck. You stuck.
I'm stuck with it. So you know what? Since I've got it, I'm gonna work it. So that's why I do these interviews live, man. Because I feel like that's the best way to do it.
Absolutely.
Then I can take the content and repurpose it and switch it up and stuff. Like, watch this. Hold on. Like next time if we come back on the show, I can switch the orientation to mobile.
Okay.
So yeah, I can get fancy with this thing.
We love it. Right. We love it.
And listen, OBS Studio, shout out to you, but look, you
it's not cutting check.
Rude. Crashed on me like 5 times.
That sounds about right. That's
like,
about right.
No wonder Streamlabs stole your stuff. And it made it, I guess, better. Do you remember when that whole thing went down when it was OBS versus Streamlabs?
It was. I remember that.
But boy, that was the peak. I was like, y'all really out here just taking people's stuff without giving credit where it's due? How you gonna jack the whole website, bro?
Crazy.
Oh wait, am I not allowed to talk about that? I ain't trying to get. I mean, I'm not getting monetized for this anyway, so it don't matter.
Oh yeah, you good to go.
I'm good. My content ain't making money like that. At least not yet. Well, at least not here. I will say this. I don't want to use, and this is as a content creator, I don't want to make money off of my Twitch. I don't. That's why I'm not too worried about the subscriber count thing. And it's not to say because, oh, I just do this just because. No, like this is another platform for me to be able to showcase and highlight people like you, who are in the streamer community, who do content creation, who are ambassadors and advocates for representation and all the other stuff. That's not the deal. It's not about me getting like 10,000 subscribers or whoever here. If I get 10,000 people here, great. That is icing on the cake. But the real bread and butter for me is through our audio drama work, which is our creative stuff outside of this, and through my blog and a special surprise that I'm about to mention here, since I've got you.
Ooh.
I know we only have about 5 people in the chat, but that's okay. All 5 of y'all get to enjoy something very exclusive. Very, very, very exclusive. But here's how this is gonna work, and Rel, you're included. Okay. But as I was saying, there's ways to bring in income without it just solely relying on one thing. I think that's something that a lot of content creators have to learn too, is that you have to diversify.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's why they have made cross posting a thing. What are you talking? Go to bed. We're not doing this today. Go to bed, friend. Put the phone down. Slide that way. Exit stage right. First, 5 million. I don't even want 5 million. I don't. Woo. I don't. That's too much for me. I am not Corey Kenshin. No, thank you. I'm not Dashy. I'm not none of those people. I'm not even GT.
I don't know I wouldn't know what to do with that. Whew.
What am I gonna do with 5 million people?
Mess in chat. I'm like, Lord, I'm sorry, y'all. I can't keep up. I can't keep up.
Chat be crazy. Gotta have guests on. You would literally have to turn this into a job.
Yes.
I can't do that. I like my sleep.
You said that's what she said. Oh, Lord.
You are such a man person. Lord have mercy. But no, for real, like you said, bro, I don't know what I would do with that many people, because for me, I'm like, I wouldn't want that many people all up in my space world like that. You know what I'm saying? But the whole thing with Remyx Media, it's indie journalism. Well, I wouldn't even say journalism. I mean, I just like doing stuff. I like going out doing press, things like that. I hope to do press for DreamCon one day.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's a goal.
Hopefully, and once
because they press requirements are really kind of crazy. It's like they would prefer to have real outlets or people who do have these 10,000 plus subscribers. No, I don't have that many subscribers, but I'm definitely legitimate because, baby, if you check the website, you check the website, we've got blog posts up there. We've got information. We, talk about things, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, like, I just think it's important that if you're going to do content creation, that you know what you want to do, that you have a plan. Yes, I will. Thank you. Appreciate that vote of count. Okay. I think that's important because a lot of people are, put too many eggs in one basket. That's the old Southern saying. You gotta just be like, let me do a little bit here, have a different portfolio. If you got a YouTube, cultivate that. If you have I think the other streaming platform is Kick. I don't use Kick. I'm not a Kicker at all. But if you have it, make it work for you. You know what I'm saying? If you have that Instagram, you got that TikTok, you've got the Facebook, make it work for you because you can. That's the beauty of content creation. Being able to have that diverse portfolio. And so, yeah, Rel, did you have anything you wanted to say to anybody or to share with anyone before we get into my big surprise? Because technically, I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I decided to save it for this interview specifically.
Ooh, okay. I'm ready to see it. But no, as far as advice goes, like I said, be yourself. Have fun with it. Do not beat yourself up. Know that every milestone is an accomplishment because whether it's one viewer, two viewers, that's somebody paying attention to you. And eventually
Mm-hmm.
more people will want to hear what you have to say or see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So don't rush your journey. It is all aligned the way it's supposed to be. That's all.
Yes. Yes. Love to see it. Listen, from somebody who's been there, pushing almost how many you said 2,000 subscribers, was this on Twitch or YouTube?
Yeah, so we're close to 2K on Twitch.
Close to 2,000 subscribers on Twitch. And you've been on the Twitch platform for how long?
So I started for fun 2021.
Granted, we probably started at about the same time, but guess who's been able to build up after I literally said I dropped it. I was like, no. But look, same time, different avenues, but still very similar. And yet we were able to kind of circle back and didn't even know each other in 2021.
Yeah.
Didn't have a clue, didn't have Nathan. And I was back in my big puzzle game era. Don't play with me now.
I love a good puzzle game.
Ooh, I got something for you. When we get off of here, I got something for you. And since it is Summer Games Fest and all.
Yes.
I'm just saying, I did stream the women-led games showcase that happened on Saturday. So it's on the channel. So go back and check the VODs. It is there, y'all. I promise y'all, it's some good stuff.
It is some good stuff.
It's some very, very good stuff. And I did that one specifically because women developers do not get highlighted the way they should. So I'm glad that they even were able to make that happen for them. And there are some games in that showcase where I was like, I got to see it at DreamHack. I got to hit the... I'm just saying. So, Cap where?
What?
Excuse? Do he want to fight?
You check?
Check
what? You talking about the stream?
I did stream the women-led games. Yeah. I ain't gotta lie on my IP address, my boy. I come correct, sir. Believe. Okay. So, yes, I talk about that cat. I'm gonna need to get your hands off my leg. That is sacred space. I'm messing with you. So I'm just saying, you're gonna stream. If you're gonna put it out there, put it out there. And with that being said, putting it out there, I am wearing a sample or a piece of what I hope to be a very fun, soon to be popular, maybe.
Ooh, I'm excited.
It's called, you can see it. Oh, let me move. Hold on, let me move my mic. I don't know if you can see, but it says Remyx drip.
Ooh, I like that. Okay. Yes.
I'm a do y'all one. I'm gonna do y'all a big one. I'm gonna do you a big one. I'm gonna do you a big one. Hold on. And I think I can. You. I think what I can do is in the chat. You know what? I can do it in the chat. So if you are tuning in, that is my site. Now, here's the thing. It is not live yet. I'm planning on going live tomorrow with what I have. I'm going to make some tweaks and go from there.
I just subscribed.
Well, thank you. It is a new line I'm dropping. Now, here's the thing. Now, this sweater probably won't be available, but the shirt will be. Okay. The shirt will be. And the shirt is called Nezuko Unleashed. So, now, I'm about to show you what the design is, so y'all don't be thinking, oh, I'm about to show you. Okay. I do have on pants and stuff, y'all. So calm down. I'm not one of them folks that be streaming in just my underwear. Ain't got time for that. My husband kicked my butt. Okay. I'm gonna turn around. I don't know if y'all can see it.
Oh, I like it. Yes. Oh yeah, I need that. I need that.
Y'all can see it.
I need it.
Okay. And there is more. There is more. Now, my question is, do y'all want a sneak peek?
Oh yeah.
Do
Chat,
you want a
y'all
sneak peek?
speak up, chat.
Hold on, like I need interaction from chat. Do y'all want a sneak peek? Let me know. Let me know. Hold on, let me go.
You said find between Gucci and Louis Vuitton.
Nah, bro. Cause I promise you, my prices ain't nowhere near that. Nowhere near that. Nowhere near that. Hold on, let me. I gotta log in real quick. Give me a second, y'all. Um, I'm gonna highlight this because I want y'all to see. So we gon' let me see. All right, we gon' yeah, I'm so nervous about this. It's like not even funny. I am so
I'm
nervous about it.
excited.
I'm nervous because I'm like, ew, no, nobody want my stuff. Like, ew. I do feel it because I'm being real with y'all. I am nervous as hell. I am super nervous. And this is the first time I've shown anybody this. Like,
Ooh.
my husband sees it, of course, but it's like, okay, so let me go. All right. Okay. So let me hide this ball real quick. All right. Let me do a switch up. Hold on. Not that one. Okay. Show no audio because there is no audio. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me switch it up. There we go.
Okay.
Make it smaller. There we go. There we go. So this is the website. Okay. So this is the website. This is what I've been building, working on. I've got some gear. I've got some Don Don Don. And this is in celebration of the movie being out, which I believe today is the last day of the showing of it. Don 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 Evil Eye is out in theaters right now. They might have one more showing at 10:30. So if you have not seen it, let me just tell y'all, it's just literally the first few episodes of season 3. Don 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 will be streaming on all available platforms in July. I don't know exactly where, but it will be streaming internationally starting in July. So we're doing a Don 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 release. We're doing I have the Demon Slayer shirt with the Nezuko. I said it's going to be a tee only, not the hoodie. I tried the hoodie and I was like, okay, I'm going to save that one for a later drop, but this is, will be available. Let me see. So yeah, the prices on here are not accurate. This is supposed to be different, but all shirts will start at $29.99.
Okay.
So all shirts will be $29.99. I will not be raising no prices no time soon unless production changes until in the meantime. But this is what I mean by diversifying and doing things different. And all tees will come with the Remyx media logo on the side.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Or the Remyx drip logo. There you go. You can kind of see it on the side of this man's shirt right here. But yeah, so, and then it does have a personal label. I created all this myself. This is commissioned. So let me make this clear. This is commissioned artwork. Okay. Paid for by me that I've been sitting on for God knows how long. But it is commissioned artwork. So I'm gonna close that. We're gonna go back. It is commissioned artwork. Um, I've been sitting on it, and finally I could just unleash it. So
Woohoo!
I'm
Congratulations.
I'm excited to do that. Y'all get that first drip. You sign up, you will be in the line to get a discount off when we launch. So once that launches and you go through and order your stuff, then that discount, I should have the discount set up hopefully soon.
Okay.
If not, I'm gonna work on it probably tonight, if not tomorrow morning. And yeah, I do appreciate everybody for being here. Thank you
Yeah.
guys so much for tuning in. Thank you, NolaQueenRell, for being a guest. We have been working on this for weeks, y'all.
Woo, y'all don't know.
I was getting discouraged. I was like,
But
this
we
ain't
did it. We made it.
gonna happen. And did. And did. And I am excited to have her on the show. You guys, now hold on before we leave. You got to. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about this. Okay. You need to go make sure you show her some love.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for having me. I had a blast. This was definitely fun. Thank you for allowing me on your platform. I look forward to, being here again in the future if you have me. Not that face.
She just said if, right?
Oh my God.
Make sure the dog ain't in here. What you mean if?
All right, it's settled then. It's settled.
Sis is coming back. Like, what you mean?
We locked in. We locked in, y'all.
Peanut butter jelly time. Hello.
Yes.
See, thank you, Sir McDonald said it's lit. It's lit.
Period.
It is lit. But yes, glad to have you on. You're definitely coming back on the show. Because I think you and I have great conversations. So yes, we'll be back on. We'll pick a topic, have some discussions, make it a thing or whatever. She can throw it into her schedule. Listen.
I'm here for it.
Hello. So once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you show some love to NolaQueenRell on her Twitch channel. Let's get her up to 2,000, man. Shouldn't be hard at all. We know. We know. We know. We appreciate you and your couch pillows.
Just make
sure, right. Your 12K. Remember?
Yeah, that's right. The 12K.
So just don't knock nothing over, please. That's kind of all we ask, is you don't knock anything over. Just keep those hidden as much as possible. So yes, if you guys have any show suggestions of any kind, please hit me up, info@remyxmedia.com. Send me your guest suggestions. If you think there's somebody else that I should interview, I would love to know who it is. But make sure when you send that email, man, send me their information. Don't just be like, oh, I think you should interview so. Okay, how do I contact them?
Right? Like, remember,
Who is that? Like, the suggestions coming from you. So if you got info, send it my way. If they got a Twitch, if they got a YouTube, if they got an Instagram, if they're doing something amongst the community. And honestly, it doesn't matter who they are. My focus, I'm going to be very honest with you, my focus are BIPOC and people and allies in the community who are doing things to ensure that representation, diversity, equity, inclusion, fairness, all that stuff, like things that matter to us as humans, that's who I'm willing to talk to. You know what I'm saying? So, with that said, it has been fun, guys.
Yes.
It has been great. I'm going to hit y'all with this really pretty new background. Okay? So prepare yourself. Hold on, let me turn that off.
Open your eyes so you can see it.
Open your eyes so you can see. Watch this. Hold on. Here it comes. Woo! There we go.
Hey.
And we gonna go on. One second. Okay. There we go. we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna head on out. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. Just make sure you hit us up. We're at info@remixmedia.com. As you can see on the bottom corner over here, we have a YouTube. We're on Blue Sky, we're Instagram and Facebook, Remix Media, just like the name says. And yeah, so we will catch you guys next time. Be blessed. Have a great weekend coming up in case I don't see you. And always remember to behave yourself. Please. That's all I ask you to do is just behave yourself. All right. Check you later.